So, now that we're done with our rounds at the school, we have a special request from Asuka. I know, it's hard to believe that she would want anything to do with us, but...
I was gonna say, that sounds incredibly ominous.
Just a little bit.
Hey, Ko, come meet me in this dark alley back, about 5 blocks away from the school. So this isn't so much a search engine as it is just a metal detector, basically.
Pretty much. So, starting in Chapter 3, there is a hidden dungeon out in the world, and it is our job to find it. So, as we just kind of make our way around town, eventually, the search app will pop up and be like, hey, there's a dungeon here. And we have to clear it at that point. This one is mandatory, the others will not be. But you should do them anyway.
So it's nice of them to finally sort of reveal the stakes of what's going on here just in a side conversation rather than in the actual plot.
Is that common for Falcom games?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Oh, you have no idea.
I kind of figured with how much everyone talks up, like, just how expansive and immersive, like, all the dialogue is in this game, or these games.
There is a plotline in Cold Steel 3 that is only revealed if you play a New Game Plus exclusive quest in Cold Steel 2.
Jesus.
And not just like any plotline, like this is literally this character's entire arc.
Wow.
I don't know what I was looking for here. Say we're just gonna pick up the quest from this guy.
Do you actually know where this damn thing is, or are you just kind of flailing about awkwardly until you find it?
Oh no, you will know when you're in the right area, because a little bar will pop up in the corner.
So, well, at least it's good that you can rule places out almost immediately then.
Anyway, forget about saving the world and fighting the Eclipse. We gotta do something far more important, which is find this man's trumpet.
How the hell can you drop a trumpet somewhere and not realize it?
This has to be like a keychain sized trumpet, right? Because, yeah, trumpets are kind of heavy. Or not, I don't know if they're heavy, but they're kind of big. And I imagine they make a big noise if they just dropped.
Yeah, like they're made of brass. Like you would be, like you'd have to be deaf to not hear a trumpet falling from like waist height even.
Okay, but stay with me. What if it just fell out of reality altogether?
You know what? That's actually slightly more plausible in this situation.
I don't know, though. I still feel like you'd notice the weight of a trumpet just falling off your neck. But I suppose that does answer the question of why he couldn't hear a trumpet falling on the ground.
I mean, you can see these areas are pretty small, so it is generally not very hard to find these things.
Talk to the bird, damn it.
I did talk to the bird. Come on now.
The bird's no squeal. We can't make it snitch.
All it was missing was a stool, basically, because it was a pigeon. So one of these days you're gonna run into like a bird on the ground and you're gonna talk to it and it's gonna say something and it's just gonna break the fuck out of the game.
Anyway, I'm sure Oscar won't mind if we catch up on the news first.
It's fine. It's not like this eclipse is hurting anyone right now. I think.
Yeah, she even said it was no big deal on the call. Beautiful. Thank you, Tokyo Xanadu, for voicing my inner thoughts completely.
So it is very, very finicky about where you have to be to actually open the gate.
Alright, so we've had red dungeons, blue dungeons, now yellow dungeons.
Basically, this is a whole bunch of plot contrivances to tell you that these dungeons won't have bosses.
Okay.
you'll notice that I tried to use the thing to give to Asuka, because Asuka was standing directly in front of me, and the game was still like, nah, nobody cares.
No time for cats. Gotta go, proactively destroy these gates.
I mean, like, the description for that item is specifically, use it when Asuka is around. Which I suppose does technically mean when she's in the party, and she's not technically in the party right now, because we're in free time.
Oh, you can only use those, in dungeon mode?
No, but, like, it would have to be in a time when we are traveling together, like when we were doing, like, the detective bit at the, in Chapter 2.
That seems weirdly arbitrary. And this seems like a weird time to explain how the different characters play.
Yeah, it's not great. There's some weird tutorials in this game. Anyway, yeah, there's, just a labyrinth here. It's nothing special. It's, not my finest work, that's for sure, but...
I mean, I guess as long as we get through with no deaths this time, it should be fine.
That's true, we wouldn't want to leave, like... We wouldn't want to leave Ko, like, dead in the middle of this random labyrinth. That was no big deal.
Yeah, exactly. He's gotta go give Asuka the cat book at some point.
Well, that does beg the question, can you actually use it here, though, or...?
You know, I didn't even think to try, since, you know, it was a dungeon, and that was really not on the list of priorities. But I'll have to do that next chapter and see.
Ooh, I'm just noticing that the dungeon map is showing the path just kind of loop on itself there. That seems kind of messy to read.
Yeah, so the dungeon map shows you it in... It's not quite 3D, but it is definitely...
Like, layered 2D, basically, it looks like.
Yeah, and it can be a little weird to figure out exactly where you are.
Yeah, because, like, that thing with the door there, that was some portal shit there going on.
Yeah, I don't expect it to be too bad right now, but I could see that getting real messy later in the game.
Yeah, I almost missed that I did not go down this hallway, because it was underneath that room with the switch. So you like the color green? I sure hope you like the color green.
Could be worse. It could have been, like, actually matching the Eclipse color and just it was this a wonderful piss yellow dungeon that we had to deal with for the whole video.
I mean, wasn't that the last dungeon we did?
Maybe?
Maybe, I don't know.
We definitely did a yellow dungeon very recently.
Yeah, just going by the fact that this dungeon's name is the Viridian Labyrinth, green is basically the only notable feature about this one.
So I guess that was supposed to be some kind of threat? Yeah, that was a real close call, Sora. I don't know how we did that one.
So just mini bosses, basically.
Yup. It's basically like you know how we get locked into some rooms, like in a real dungeon? It's like if one of those was the actual boss. Anyway, it turns out that just because it was a lazy and sloppy S rank, it still counts, it turns out.
Huh.
Oh yeah, and the Eclipse has slot machines, don't worry about it.
Okay. Cool, huh?
I will never, ever get anything other than the worst result. Every time.
And just put up a wet floor sign in front of it, no one will notice.
I like how he keeps telling her that, like, she shouldn't be dealing with this sort of thing alone, when that's literally what she's been doing for however long before he just kind of crashed the party.
Well, I mean, now that she ostensibly has people who can help out, she should probably let them help out, just in case something bad happens. So are there actually apartments up there, or is it just an attic that she's ashamed to admit is just an attic?
I don't know, but I appreciate the last second swerve to dunk on Ko there.
Anyway, so it turns out the real reason we care about these is that by clearing these free dungeons, we get an extra bond point.
Ah.
Now, this is important because you can technically do these dungeons anytime, but you only get the bond point if you do them during free time. So hypothetically, we could have wandered over here at any point in the story and done that dungeon, but it wouldn't have gotten us anything. Which is a weird decision, but, sure, whatever. Falcom gonna Falcom.